Hey, hello everyone. Just when I thought I would get some fresh air, I get some guy. I'm doing it in my record, unmute myself. Yeah, there we go. Welcome back to the Creating Impact. I'm doing it in my car because I'm in between spots of jumping around, but I just thought I would have some quiet and peace. So I open up the door and here comes up the van, music, bang, bang, bang. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Anyway, so I am here and I'm so glad you're here. And what are we going to talk about today? Creating an impact. Well, I think, another great idea of creating impact is helping others when they're stuck. um, I recently had, I don't know why, but my server was migrated to another server. And all of a sudden, I couldn't send emails, couldn't receive them. Nothing has changed at my end, but all of a sudden, nothing is working. So I think we had over 10 tickets back and forth about why it's not working. Oh, your settings are wrong. And I says, no, they were working before this and now they're not working. So anyway, I've had a couple of people jump in and help me and say, hey, let's do this and let's do that. So I ended up moving actually all my emails off my server into Proton. So I'm going to check them out and see how it works. But maybe that'll help. Because, if your emails aren't working and it's the same IP than your website are, guess what? Your websites are down. So I know you should always tell me, yeah, you ought to get a name brand. When you're building up your brand to make an impact, you need to start having a email with your domain. You can still do that, but find another server that can help you have service so that if your emails go down, not everything goes down. So that was my thing the last week, just trying to get it done. So I even had a friend of mine help me with the support tickets back and forth. And then another friend of mine, I said, should I go Gmail or Proton? And he says, what's going on, Marion? And I said, wow. And so he said he had the same issue when he was shifting. He had an account on GoDaddy and he had the same issue. And he said it was a mess. And I went, yeah, tell me about it. So anyway, so creating impact could be just jumping in and helping somebody. You know how to do something and they're struggling, like I'm struggling. I'm pretty, self-sufficient. I could figure it out. But after 3 days, I was pulling my hair out. I'm surprised I still have hair left over. But anyway, I thought that maybe you talk about creating an impact and what would that also look like. So I ordered these books called from Dan Kennedy called probably can't see it because it's uh, the camera isn't seemed catching it. But anyway, it's called No BS Direct Marketing for the Non-Direct Marketing Businesses. Many years ago, I used to go to Dan Kennedy's classes. He used to have them networking sessions. They'd always do a lesson. I tried this what happened, this what worked. And so I decided that I'm going to go back to that and just check it out. So it gives you a really good, like direct marketing is really good for small businesses. If you don't have a large business or a large budget, most of us don't, unless we're able to get a grant or we have saved a whole bunch of money so that we could do that. So there we go. Slow. Anyway, it just came out. I had to pre-order it. I just got it today. So I'd love to talk more about this maybe in the podcast or the show. If you have the book and you want to talk about it with me, please let me know and let's talk about it. So I also bought his other book recently called The Baby Boomers. If you want to market to the baby boomers, what is it that they're looking for? How can you reach them? So yeah, so that's kind of creating impact, is trying to figure out what's the best marketing we can do for our businesses to create an impact? And the impact is to reach the right customers that you want to work with in your business. And sometimes I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, you gotta be online. You gotta be online. Social media." I says, social media isn't. It's always going to be there, okay? But social media is not necessarily that where the sales happen. I know when I had my pie business, I Google sent me a lot of customers. Okay, so that was great, but that wasn't on necessarily on yeah, I was on Instagram promoting. People would find me on Instagram or Google. But so when you're creating an impact in your business, what's your marketing? What kind of marketing and are you doing? So you have sales, you have marketing, right? So your marketing is the pre for the sales. I see so many people say, "Oh, they're much more together. They're all together." No. So and that's what I think part of the thing that I always um, found that people wanted to mix up the two. And it was just, no, you need to do marketing that flows to your sales. So your sales, whether it's you doing it or you've hired people to help you, so they can do their job easier and get the sales. And so that was just one of the things that I have found. And then I decided I bought a couple of his books and following them along. But since I've kind of changed my direction of what I'm doing right now, but I just still thought I would share that because even though he talks about direct marketing, I think it's very formidable for people who have businesses and they're looking for alternative other than social media marketing. Okay, I'm not saying you don't do social media marketing. I'm just saying that, or social media, I should say, but you want to have another alternative for marketing. And you want to find somebody that you can stick with for 6 months or so and try it out and see if it works for you. If you're not getting any traction, don't waste your money. Make your decision quick to leave. And that's the biggest challenge, I think, as a business owner. You don't want to make a mistake. So you might hang on to that business or that service until you realize, I'm paying all this money. I'm not using it and I'm not getting any results. And I've tried everything. So maybe it's time for me to get out and think about, re-strategize. Think about what it is that I really want and what other avenues out there can I get more sales. Okay. So yeah, I'm not saying you don't have an online store. I'm not saying you shouldn't be promoting your business, but I'm just saying that there's always an alternative to do marketing or business. So the direct marketing vehicle um, is a great way to do that. So anyway, I hope you decide to, if you have it, you'd like to talk about it and how it's making impact for you and your business. Let me know. Excuse me, that's teeth. Excuse me. So yeah, so if you want to look at it, direct marketing for non-direct marketing businesses. And this will work for any business. It's just like they go online and they say, "Oh, I'm an online business." Well, you need to have a presence there and a presence in your community as well. And what are you doing to your community to make that impact? Because we all have customers that come from everywhere, whether they're overseas or wherever they are here. So just something to think about. I'm looking forward to reading it. And, it's all really about figuring out what your strategy is and going through. So he has lots of stories on here. Like one of the rules is there will always be an offer or offers. So those kind of things you can put on social media and say, I'm offering this, or put it in your ad. Um, my father had a direct mail business too. He didn't start out as a direct mail, but that's how he had to switch from one service to another within his business. And his company was called Corporate Marketing Services. Um, but he ended up building up a direct mail business, and he'd share with me some of those ads or the campaigns they were doing, and he was laughing. He says, "This is so cool. It's working out so well." And he ended up actually working with a lot of nonprofits that really need the help. So he grew up to $1 million business. So you know that I know it works, direct mail and ad campaigns or whatever. Um, but you just have to have good copy if you know how to write. If you don't know how to write, good copy. Most copy is just everyday stuff that you're writing, but sometimes we want a good headline to catch somebody's attention. So, yeah, by all means, hire a copywriter. Gets and if you can't afford to hire a copywriter, there are lots of good services out there that you can use to get a good headline so that you can write your story. And really, that's all it is. You're writing a story about your product or service, and and then from there you can figure out, okay, that's what I'm selling. Okay, how am I going to deliver it, or how am I going to do this? So it's really about also, and he says that this just caught my eye. It just is rule number 3: only no cost brand building. Yeah, so there you go. Small business, medium-sized business. I mean, I think if you say small business, you can have one person or you can have 10 people and you're going to call 100 people and yourself, I'm a small business owner. Okay. Well, then just, whatever that is for you. So, yeah, do, check that out. It's, you can get on Amazon. I think Amazon ran out. They crashed the site, but you can certainly go to your local bookstore, support your local business store and ask them if they would order it in for you. So anyway, so there we go. I'm not getting paid for this, by the way. I'm just sharing. I'm excited about reading this and see what happens. And I'm sure things have changed a little bit, but not by much. So what else is happening for impact? Um, hmm. I just been interviewing some people. We're talking about mentoring next week. Um, there's a gal who started a mentorship program and she wants to talk about that. And last week, as you know, we talked about mentoring young women or the youth about bullying and about how that affects children and or teens or youth, whatever you want to call them. And from there, the bullying and then from there leads to suicide. So we want to make sure that we are empowering our youth and mentoring them well. I think I saw a little post on Facebook the other day about you're not raising little babies, you're raising little people. So when you're raising your little people, you want to think about what kind of stuff they're going to experience in their life besides just life and have fun and be joyous, laugh. I mean, but there are other things that you need to consider. And are you treating and teaching your kids? Because they are learning from your actions. So if you're a bullier, then they'll become a bullier because they just think that's the way it's be. So just some things you might want to check in and say, gee, am I being that? Hmm. Maybe you need to stop and just analyze what you say you do. So, and that's really, being kind to yourself is being kind to yourself. When you're kind to yourself, you tend to be more kind to other people. And if other people don't like it, I've had a situation like that, then I just have to acknowledge that they're not my people. That's it. This doesn't mean that they're, um, yeah, it's not that, uh, I can't allow what they say to me, and which is very rude, to affect me. I just have to keep reminding myself that I'm going to let my light shine and it's going to be kind. And so sometimes killing people with kindness doesn't work and sometimes it does. So anyway, so that was sort of my thing for making an impact, I guess. Did I make an impact with her? No, but that's okay. you know? I just, my impact is to think about, remind myself to just be kind, even though she may not be. That's okay. It's, you know. So, and that's a good lesson too, is, if you hang out with people like that, because you want to be kind to them and get them to change their behavior, that's not kindness. And to keep doing that is just allowing yourself to get beat up, bullied. So, just drop them. Just say, be friendly, but you don't have to be engaged in their life. Uh, impact. Oh, this is probably more social than it is business wise, but there's a few of us we've gotten together, and I'm calling it a family orphan dinner, Sunday night dinner. Um, it started with we were doing street tacos. We're in the middle of the street, making tacos and pulling up our little, you know, uh, bench or lawn chairs and sitting out there talking, drinking beer, and having a few tacos, chicken or salmon we've had, and chicken, or we've had pulled pork and beef. We've had all those kind of things, and we've done that a couple of times. And then we've just been inviting people that we either have lunch with, or people that we know well enough that we would like them to invite them to the family. So, and we'd like to have them as orphans, not that they already have a family, because that's why we got together. So, that's been kind of fun. So one day, I think it was last Saturday, there's a couple. They said, "Hey, why don't we have why don't you guys come on over and use our backyard? And even if we're not here, because they like to travel, you can come over here and do your dinner here. We don't mind." And they've really enjoyed our company. So anyway, so that's what we're doing. So that's kind of creating a social impact, if you will. So we're all kind of getting to know each other a little bit closer. Um, we have people from China, we have people who are Filipino, we have people who are Americans, and wherever. So we're just kind of getting to know each other and just helping each other, so anyway, if you're looking for a good idea to make an impact and you want to do it socially, create a dinner hour, one night a week or something. So we've been doing that on Sundays at from 5 to 7. So one of the guys brings his barbecue, and we all kind of just, bring contribute to the potluck, I guess, if you will. So that's fun. And we have great conversations and see what happens. But anyway, that was kind of my story ramble for this show, and I hope you enjoyed it. And maybe it'll be quieter next time. So sorry for that. But anyway, yeah, it's interesting when people just sometimes just don't stop to think, "Oh, I'm being noisy. I better be quiet," or something. But anyway, that's okay. It's all good. So, it's a great reminder. I want to wish you a wonderful week, and we'll see you next Monday. And we'll be talking to this gal who's going to talk to us about mentorship. She started a program. It's around the world already, but I'm really looking forward to that. So, anyway, take care and have a great week. And if you have anything that you would like to work with me on this, and or have bought the book and you'd like to discuss a chapter, or maybe we could just do a kind of once in a while a book conversation. So please do so. And if you have any other books that you would like to talk about or ask about, please do so. So anyway, take care, and we'll talk to you later. Okay, be kind. Okay, bye.